We see right now the focus on hate groups who benefit from this, who politicize Islamophobia, who recognize the fear that Americans have against Muslims and want to perpetuate Islamophobia.
You know, it's always a challenge for others to want willingness to embrace that which they don't know. You know, so I think that that's always there.
When people get their information from the media and they don't focus on knowledge, and hence Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that we are created, we made you tribes, we made you nations. So what? So you become to know each other, not hate each other.
But the problem we see today with the kind of the current field of Islamophobia is that people feel much more empowered to state their Islamophobia openly. Islamophobia persists because powerful people are able to use these narratives to seek power for themselves, to aggrandize themselves.
I think Islamophobia kind of was emboldened in 2016.
We have to start questioning our administration and start questioning our leadership and start questioning the laws and start questioning our systems, and not just questioning them, we have to take action with that.
I remember some of my own family or friends looked at me sideways a little bit when I told them I reverted to Islam. You know, and my mother, when I told her I reverted to Islam, she said, okay, we'll see how long that lasts. And you know, 15 years later, I'm still here.
Well, one of the things that I believe is critically important is we need to write books with positive Muslim characters. We have to write new books, we have to create new television shows. We have to create new movies, we have to add new characters.
So that's why today this work is much more important than it has been, you know, for decades. Because we need to actively engage with people, seek them out, and actually challenge these bad ideas.
Interfaith work is very important. And so having those exchange of dialogue, having exchange of visits, building projects together of people of all faiths working together, the youth growing up together and coming together while expressing their faith identity is also very important.
You wouldn't think I was Muslim by just looking at me, taking a glimpse. And in the psyche of the average person that when they think of Islam or think of Muslims, they're not thinking of what I look like.
The news promotes that hatred and promotes the manipulation so people can judge Muslims. When there are 1.7 billion Muslims in the world, and only a few percentage of those Muslims are Arabs, but the majority are non-Arabs.
Everywhere Islam went, historically, everywhere it went, it improved the society in which it was in.
I think, unfortunately, all of us have several stories. It's not, do you have our story, it's which story do you want to share.
Muslims need to have representation in the highest offices, including in Congress, including in the Senate. And you see the fact that, you know, after the election of Congressman Keith Ellison, it had a huge impact immediately for Muslims.